Welcome back. Well, it's the first Friday of the month, and that means it's time for our Eye on Terre Haute. That's where we sit down with the mayor and other department heads from Terre Haute City and talk about the issues going on in the city. And joining us this morning is Mayor Duke Bennett. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
Now, you went on a big trip recently to Washington, D.C. How did that turn out? What did you see? What did you do?
Well, it was a pretty action-packed trip, really. We had a lot of different meetings out there. You know, the whole point of going out there is to get in front of your elected officials and let them know about your projects, how you're doing, making sure they're getting their money's worth from the earmarks they provide to you. Plus, we've got some new projects we want to get funded. And the only way to do that is to make sure that they understand the importance of, you know, what's the community going to get from it, and what are they going to get from, you know, Washington, in essence, with their investments in Terre Haute or elsewhere in the district. And so we've got some road projects that we're looking for funding for, the railroad initiatives. And so we met with Congressman Ellsworth kind of right off the bat and updated him and his staff on all our projects, and specifically Railroad and Margaret Avenue, because we need to seek funding for the next phase of Margaret Avenue. So, you know, that was kind of kicked it off with him because he's our most, you know, direct elected official. We also had a meeting with the Bureau of Prisons and talked a little bit about another penitentiary in Terre Haute. You know, I've had several people ask me, well, why would we want to get another prison? But, you know, the newest one we have down there was about a $200 million, little over that, $200 million project. A lot of local labor, a lot of goods and services are provided to that prison, and they hired over 300 full-time employees. And so there's 600 acres down there. It's already ready to go. They built the power plant that they built for the new prison to support another prison. They're going to be building new prisons, so why not down here?
And we don't have a women's facility or ones for inmates with special medical needs, correct?
Right, that's true. But when we talk to them, it could be just another prison similar to what we have. It kind of depends what the need is at the time. And right now, the Obama administration has not funded them for any new prisons for 2010. They're looking at 2011 and beyond. So all we want to do is make sure that we're good with it. We think they're a great neighbor to us and a good community partner. And so we just wanted to let them know that we're not opposed to expansion of this prison. So it was a great meeting we had with them. We also met with Senator By's staff and Senator Lugar's staff, and then had an opportunity to meet with Senator Lugar at dinner one evening, and just kind of updated him on the same things and let him know kind of, you know, what our priorities are, and that we're going to be seeking funding just to kind of lay the groundwork for these future projects.
And didn't you say, I think I heard you say, that this is really the time to do it now because funding is going to start dwindling away? Well,
the thing is, you know, there's a lot of money being spent in Washington. Whether you agree with all of it or you don't agree with it, they're doing a lot of things. And, you know, it's going to get harder and harder to get large earmarks. And so all the congressmen, senators and representatives both, know that their pool of money is going to be a little tighter in the future. And so we want to get our fair share back here in Terre Haute. And the only way to do that is to be out in front of them, to let them know, here's the benefit. This money will go a long way towards, you know, solving some problems we have.
And I know the rail initiative has actually been something that previous administrations have tried to work with out in Washington. What was some of the feedback that you got from this trip?
Well, Senator Lugar's staff is kind of the key for us on that. Representative Ellsworth, I'm sorry, has provided us some funding for some consultants, but Senator Lugar's kind of interested in that overall project. And we need to show some community involvement, that everybody's behind a project. It's not just the mayor or anybody else driving it. And so we've got that, and we're really on the right track. This first phase of the project will be done with no federal dollars, this Graham Grain line, by the end of the year. And that goes a long way towards showing them the commitment by the community. So we were very well received.
Wonderful. And how many times do you usually go out to Washington? Once a year, twice a year?
Well, at least once a year. This time was the second trip this year because it was a chamber group, and there was we were talking about some national issues too, and so it was a really good opportunity to meet with all of our Indiana delegation.
Wonderful. It sounds like it was a jam-packed trip, but a good trip.
It was very good.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Mayor. And again, if you'd like to see this segment again, or you have a segment and an idea of your own, you can always log on to our website at WTHI-TV.com and click on the community page.